All right, y'all. I had this video over because I had my Capricorn video freeze like that last week and the end of the tour video. And I'm like, I'm not doing that this week. So restart. So far, so good. Left your same 9 cards here. So no harm, foul. Just that freezing irritates me. It's live. I don't understand it. Anywho, bottom of the deck was the Chariot. Chariot upright. The Chariot in this deck, he moves like a parade. It's not like a war chariot where he's guiding these horses. He's being carried to the next venture, Virgo. Let's see how that plays out for you. This is your reading for the week of September 3rd through the 9th. All the good stuff I said in the first video before I started freezing. 4 of staves. The wands in this deck are called staves, which is still fire to me. It's your fire energy. So this would be the 4 of wands, the 4 of staves, the 4 of fire. And they really don't have much picture-wise on there. All of the staves will look alike. All of the swords will just have the number of swords. So this is a different deck for me to read. But starting off with the 4 of staves, I'm going to say there's something coming to completion or ending, a cycle, somewhat, something coming to an end for us, Virgo. So whatever we are being moved out of, because the Chariot moves us, like I said, you didn't make this move forcefully. This is some kind of series of events that played out and caused you movement through the series of events playing out. So you were carried through a cycle, basically. And it has been it has reached this milestone. It has been completed pretty much. The changeover has happened already. The changeover has happened. But the Temperance card is in reverse. This will represent your balance. And it's in reverse. So through this move, this move that has just been made on your behalf. So could have moved you job-wise. Could have moved you home-wise, could have moved you relationship-wise. This is the Chariot, carries you in those ways, carries you either to a new job, carries you. So for some of us, we switch positions, carries you to a new place. So for some of us, we've moved our home environment, we've moved, period, changed where we lived, relocated. For some of us, we've moved away from a partner or a relationship. So some of us, our foundation, our structure, whatever was familiar to us, we have been moved away from it and moved to something else. And to me, that is the completion. You know, that is that 4 of staves energy. That is us being moved to the next venture, moved to the next thing, to get away from that one thing that it was trying to move us away from. Because obviously that one thing was where we were standing still. So it moved us. Some of us literally, it moved us away from that thing. And then we're over here with the Temperance in reverse next to the 9 of Swords, which is negative thinking in a way. So still the balance, though we have been moved now, this move away, or this transition period away from what was to now what is. And we'll all know what that is, you know, depending on your different situation. You know what you were just moved towards, or moved away from, something that just changed for you, Virgo. It's got you feeling a little off balance because it's something that you're not used to. So maybe it's a new job you have, the neighborhood, or just living alone that you have to get used to. Or this new relationship, or not being in a relationship at all for some of us. So the differences is where I feel like the imbalance comes from. It's something different. We just got moved to something new, something different. The same as you're used to. So that's where I feel like the imbalance comes from, the Temperance being in reverse with that 9 of Swords, which is the negative thinking, which is being in your head too much about it because it's new. because it's something different. And change is, some people can handle change, and other people change just, it takes them a whole while longer to flow with this change, this new change. And I think that's all it is, Virgo. You're just trying to get into the flow of this new change that just kind of carried you. And now your life is very different from what it was. And you're like, all right, what do I do now? Like, I don't like this feeling. Like, this feels completely different. I'm not comfortable yet. Yeah, and that's really what I feel like. You're not comfortable yet, Virgo. 5 of Swords is in reverse and the King of Cups is in reverse. You're not loving the new yet. That's how I feel. You're not embracing the new yet. You're not just in love with the new right now. Right now, it feels a little bit scary, I feel like. It feels a little bit scary. Emotionally, it feels a little scary. That's what I feel. It just feels a little scary for you. A little scary. Devil is in reverse. It's the devil card in this deck. It's very weird, but you know what devil energy is. It's devil energy. It's in reverse. There's no temptation. There's nothing bad lurking to pop out to get you. There's no surprise hiding and say, hey, wait, this is going to go bad. There's none of that. There's none of that. So you have the Knight of Swords upright and the Magician in reverse. Yeah, that's how they work. So the Knight of Swords is upright. The Knight of Swords just looks like a Knight of Swords. But we know him to be that mentally rebellious type of, I'm not sitting around here just doing nothing. Like if it's logical, the Knight of Swords is doing it. He's doing it. But with the Magician, I feel like because the Magician is in reverse, creating. So you're creating of the new. You kind of just, you wanted this situation to unfold. You wanted it to play out so that something different can happen so that you can stop dealing with stress. The 5 of Swords, you wanted to stop dealing with stress. But now that it's happened and now that it's played out, I feel like it's just a little overwhelming. All right, I did want this and I did get away from the stressful situation. And now it's about creating the new for you. And I guess this unfamiliar territory, Virgo, is what's gotten you feeling like. Also, the last of the 9 was the Page of Staves in reverse. He is the bringer of good news. The bringer of good news, and he's in reverse. So you're just not sure if this is a happy moment for you or not. You don't know how to be rejoiceful over this that has taken place here. You don't know whether to rejoice or whether to be sad about it. I feel like you're unsure how to feel at this moment now that it's come to you. Now that you've gotten it, I feel like you're unsure how to feel right now. You're unsure how to feel. Let's get another clarifier. You thought you loved this situation here. Strength is out. She there with her lion. And the white robe, of course, represents your innocence and you just trying to be strong through it. I mean, Virgo, this was what you were supposed to do next. This was what you were supposed to do next. And I'm just getting this overwhelming feeling of it's a scary thing for you. It's a scary thing. Justice in reverse after that. Of course, they use a child on this Justice card. All innocent and white. She's got that sword in her hand, but it looks too heavy for her. Too heavy. Like she wanted the justice, but she can barely carry them scales and that sword. Like she's got the unicorn on her belt. I really feel a strong feeling like I'm gonna pull some crystal vision too as well, just to get the overall feeling more Virgo, because a little sadness, though what you got was what you needed and mostly what you wanted. There's just not an overwhelmingly good positive feeling about the results that got returned to you for this. This was definitely a situation you wanted to get out of, right? When I see that chariot carrying you, you may not have even known how you were going to get out of this situation, but you wanted to get out of this situation. So then the same Eight of Swords type of energy, the same you feeling stuck still, though you got out of that situation, though you got out of the stuck situation. So that's how you were feeling. Stuck in a situation. You didn't know how you were going to get out of it. You didn't know how the situation was going to play out on your behalf. So then you reached something. You got somewhere. You reached a milestone, though you had to walk away from either something you liked or loved or cared about. You left it behind. So if this was, like I said, the roommate, the spouse, the other person that you had to leave behind, situation, whatever you had to do to get out of the situation. So if this is the job you left behind, the people, the friends that you had to walk away from, there was a sadness about reaching this milestone. There is not a just an overwhelmingly happy feeling, more so is that I know I have to do what I have to do type of feeling. And then you reached it, like you got there. That's the same Four of Wands, like the fourth stage, Four of Wands. It's the same reaching of the milestone. Like you got there, so you reached it. You solved the problem. But it was a tower moment that you need healing through. Like it didn't feel good to get there. Like once you got it, it didn't feel great. It didn't feel great like it should have for you. The Lovers and the Moon card. So your intuition and how you feel on the inside, your own inner thoughts, your subconscious feeling right now, you really don't initially like it like you thought you would. And I do feel like you're missing someone. So someone you love, someone either you were in a relationship with. So this is if you were moving away from someone in a relationship and you moved by yourself and you didn't get that feeling and now you're lonely because you missed that person. Or if you were at a job, I feel like you missed the people that you left behind. If it carried you to another job, you missed the people. Some kind of way you're feeling a little lonely right here. I just get that feeling, Virgo. Through the change. And the change definitely happened for the better, but your emotions are not matching this change. Once again, Temperance in reverse. This is your balance. This is your Temperance. Both decks, I'm getting repeat cards. This is the story, Virgo. This is the story. Same exact cards coming out with the same exact message. That's just the feeling right here. You are not happy. Six of Swords. She was a little mentally perplexed, let's just say. She was unsure. She wasn't quite sure. She was a little mental about, what it is she was feeling. Like, what is this feeling here? But then she just picks up those swords and she goes towards the clarity. There's a clarity moment there where she gets it, where she hears it. She knows it's time to pick up them swords and go towards the light. That's what she does as with the Six of Swords energy. I feel like that's when you get the clarity. That's when you get that moment of I get it. I know what I got to do now. And you did do it. Like the chariot carried you towards the new. It carried you towards the thing that would fix it, but your emotions around it, Virgo, just were unsure. We're unsure. Judgment is out and the Page of Pentacles is out here. So I feel like you roll with what you knew you were supposed to do in your own best interest financially. You did what you had to do. Though emotionally, it may not have felt the best. You did what you had to do. You did what you had to do. And now it's just about coming to grips with that. Ten of Swords energy. mentally, you feeling like you got done wrong, or now you're feeling guilty and feeling like you did some other people wrong for this move. But you did nothing wrong, Virgo. You did nothing wrong. I mean, for those of us that didn't do anything wrong, now, if you know you're guilty about something, you know you have to make amends for that and deal with your karma for that. But that's the overall feeling, the overwhelming feeling I get right there. Like you feel like you, though you had to make this move, you're still feeling very guilty about it. I feel like very guilty about it. I want to pull a soulful woman. I kind of want to pull conscious spirit first. Let's pull conscious spirit just to see overall where this feeling is coming from. And then I'm going to do a soulful. Let's see where this feeling is coming from for Virgo. Conscious spirit. Spinning up for Virgo with this feeling right here. The healer. Reach for your dreams. I am loving and compassionate and able to bring healing to others. The healer. I am the creator of my own dreams and achieve them with confidence. So this is all you. This is all you, Virgo. You're trying to get past that feeling of now that you've moved on and now that it's played out this way. Not feeling guilty about it, feeling like you are not wrong for doing what's in your own best interest. Does that make you a bad person? No. It's in your own best interest is to help you. And you can't be helpful to anybody else unless you're being helpful to yourself first. Let's see what card comes out for you, Virgo. Well, this will give me a better idea emotionally just what you're going through. So I'm just seeing success and not feeling good about it. The flow of partnership, the ebb and flow of relationship takes me where I need to be on my path. I feel like that's got something to do with it as well. Connected to myself and to the cosmos, even as relationships enter or leave my life. I am grateful for these gifts of connection and engagement, wherever and whenever they occur. I feel at peace with this process. At times, my path takes me into relationship. At other times, I am called to gently release relationship and be on my own as I journey forward. When I feel called to be in partnership, I relax into the process, knowing that I will attract the perfect partnership for me. I am open to the flow of life. I follow my unfolding journey with radical faith and courage, knowing that I am always connected to the life pulse of the universe and that the right people come into my life at the right time. Okay, I felt this as well, pulling the Vision Tarot cards before I pulled the Crystal cards. I felt that pulling those. I feel like if you were moved, for those of us that were moved out of a household situation, or we moved our where we live, or a job, or marriage, those things, or an established relationship, not necessarily always marriage, but somebody that we've stayed with, resided with for a long time, and we have moved away from those people. That is about the loneliness, or the different feeling of now all of a sudden not living with that person. I get that strongly in your read, Virgo. I get all of a sudden I live alone. For some of you guys, that is a difference. That is a change. And you haven't lived alone or have never lived alone. You're used to somebody being there, somebody to cook for or clean up for, you know, somebody there, somebody always that you are sharing or exchanging energy with. You're used to that. And right now, this feels foreign. Like if there's nobody there, if you're having to make it on your own all of a sudden or not have company and you're used to having company, somebody to hang out with, talk with at the end of the day, those types of things. Those are the eerie feelings right here that I'm getting across this read. Those are those feelings of this feels different. I thought it would feel better than this, but I really don't like to live alone. Or I thought it would feel good to be free, but I kind of domesticated. Like I'm used to being in a relationship, you know, or yeah, I thought I would like to get another job and start anew, but I miss the routine, and I miss my old friends, and I miss that type of nostalgic feeling. I feel an overwhelming. I feel real strong in the Virgo read right here today. Though you've reached a milestone, which is an excellent milestone that you reached, is something good that happened in your life. This new change, whatever the chariot carried you to, that is new for you and different for you, is a great change. It was a change for the better because there's an area that you need to grow in. So it's moving you in order for you to get to the growth. It's moving you to get to the growth. You didn't see that part coming. You didn't see it not feeling kind of a little lonely, a little strange, a little empty. That feeling, Virgo, will pass. That feeling will pass because right behind that, though I didn't pull that, was the Sun card. Once you get through this initial, this is different. What is this? I don't like this feeling. I feel a little weird. I feel a little alone type of energy because it's something new. Like I said, that you're not used to. Something new. Once that goes away, once that fades away, you will start to, I feel like going into next week, after this week, you will start to pick up your feelings of joy over this change. Didn't just throw it at you right away of happy, happy, joy, joy, though it was a great change. That feeling of it not being just a joyful, overwhelming feeling of happiness that you were waiting on to come overtake you, and instead you got hit with this weird, I don't know if I like this. This feels different type of energy there. It's going to pass. Don't worry about that feeling, Virgo. Don't use it to make you doubt or hesitate on fully going through with this change. This change was for the better. This change is to be embraced. It's to be celebrated. Though it doesn't feel like it right now, that feeling will build up. And as you think about it, as you start to settle in, it will become more comfortable for you. And then you'll start to feel more happiness about it. You'll start to see how it was your sunshine versus just a change that was supposed to throw you off and make you feel weird. It wasn't supposed to make you feel weird. It's supposed to make you feel good. And it's just about, balancing again in order to feel good. Temperance card was in reverse in both decks, which means we just got to rebalance again. Find your center again. Find your inner peace again. Stay out of your head a whole lot over a whole lot of stuff that probably isn't even, worth you thinking about or wasting your energy on at this moment. And just really do embrace the new, because the new is a positive change in your life for the better. All right. That's your reading for the week, Virgo. If you need to book a personal reading, I'll put that in the description box below. Till next time.